A gray, fog-soaked dawn rolls over the North Atlantic, May 24, 1941. On Bismarck's bridge, Admiral Lutyens watches, composed and calculating, tension buried beneath discipline. Hydrophones thrum with heavy screws. A smear of smoke cuts the mist ahead. Interception is inevitable. He turns to the horizon, waiting for shape to become threat. General quarters. Alarms wail, boots pound, breeches slam. Two British silhouettes swell through fog. First enemy muzzle flashes rip the dawn. Towering splashes fall short off Prince Eugen. Calm hardens into resolve. Evasion will not hold. The moment to answer arrives. Bismarck answers with fire. Guns recoil, decks shudder, the battle is joined. The thunder of the guns reverberates throughout the ship, as they propel the massive 15-inch shells across the sky and screaming towards the hood they miss, and impact the sea. The flagship of the Seas Marine and the pride of the Royal Navy trade blows. The HMS Hood is hit by the Prince Eugen, starting a fire that is quickly contained.
We've been hit.
Bismarck fires its fifth salvo and it strikes the hood, a fateful shot to send shockwaves throughout the British Empire. A column of fire lights up the night sky, rising from the deck like a blowtorch before a catastrophic explosion tears the ship in half in a final act of defiance. A single shot is fired from the doomed ship before it sinks under the waves. Relief washes over the Bismarck crew, some allowing themselves a brief cheer as the battle turns in their favor.
Focus fire on the Prince of Wales. Lookouts report multiple hits on target. Let's chase them down.
Bismarck has suffered damage on the float plane crane torpedo bulkhead, and on the field, she begins to flood and oil leaks into the ocean as the damage reports come. Lutyens learns that repairs are badly needed. Despite this, he refuses to slow the ship to get them done as he knows at least two heavy cruisers are shadowing him. They need to get some distance first. What's clear is that the Bismarck is too wounded to continue the mission. They need to get back to port. Prince Eugen is undamaged, so Lutyens decides that the Prince Eugen will detach from the Bismarck and continue the mission alone, while Bismarck heads to Sanier for repairs. With some breathing room, Lutyens sends a report to the OKM, the Naval High Command battlecruiser probably. Hood sunk, Andori Odsunkerder. Other battleship King George V for renown turned away. Damaged two heavy cruisers maintain contact. Meanwhile, far above, a British Sunderland flying boat follows Bismarck's oil streak until spotting the ship they report her position, and the British gather all available warships to hunt her down. With the weather worsening, Lenz decides it's a good moment to detach Prince Eugen. The two ships part ways, seeing each other for the last time.
The darkness falls upon the Atlantic when an officer alerts Lands lookouts report incoming PLS. Admiral Lutyens orders the men to battle stations and the secondary guns to be turned to maximum depression on the direction of the plane's alarm sound in the Bismarck. The sky is lit up with anti-aircraft fire as Swordfish torpedo bombers line up their passes. Lutyens orders to fire the secondary guns into the sea, in front of the path of planes. The splash of the shells creates pillars of water that they must evade, but it's of no use. The torpedoes away and the planes successfully escape, not a single one shot down. Linderman orders evasive maneuvers, but despite them, just one of the 9 torpedoes impacts the armor belt. It does little damage, but the abrupt direction change and maneuvers loosen the collision mats covering the hole from the previous battle. Bismarck starts to flood one more time, and is forced to slow down to fix the repair, giving the British much needed time. The Bismarck has given some luck, as the British lose track of her, while trying to avoid German submarines. Lutyens, meanwhile, continues to send reports back to shore believing he's being shadowed. He sees no point in maintaining radio silence unbeknown to him. The messages are being used by the British to continue the chase even beyond the radar range. But they make yet another mistake and the closest pursuers sail the wrong way.
Time was running out though for the Germans, and in the morning of May the 26th, a Catalina finds a battleship that night. Another Swordfish raid swoops upon the Bismarck. Alarms blare one more time and the crew repeat the strategy of the morning. Anti-aircraft fire lights up the night sky. As the torpedo bombers approach, the seemingly obsolete Swordfish are flying so low and slow. Bismarck fire control predictors built for newer planes have a hard time giving accurate predictions, and heavy AA guns struggle tracking them even when hit. The German fire passes through the old string bags, the plumes of water made by the secondary guns, while ingenious proves little more than a nuisance for the attackers. The bombers drop their payloads and the fish are away.
Linderman orders evasive maneuvers, but it's too late. A torpedo impacts amidship and does little, but a second explodes right on the rudder, jamming it. The Swordfish fly away, leaving the vessel alive but wounded.
Repairs are attempted and they successfully fix one of the two rudders, but despite their best attempts, it's not enough. An hour later, Lutyens reports the ship is unmanufactured. A final signal goes out. Fight to the last. Keys rattle in the radio room. Destroyers harass through the night. Tracers over black water. Engines droning. At dawn, Rodney and King George V appear. Turrets training. Opening salvos walk in. Columns of water straddle. Bismarck answers, but her yawing course spoils aim. A hit smashes the forward superstructure. The bridge falls silent. Shells rake the decks. Fire spreads. Turrets jam. Optics shatter. The ship is beaten down, gun by gun. Below decks, scuttling charges are set as flooding grows. Fires run the hull. The list increases. Charges detonate. Bismarck slips beneath gray swells. Out of the 2,200 young men on board, serving only 14 TE are PED alive from the water. We hope you liked this film. If you did, please download World of Warships from the link in the description and give us a like and subscribe. Thank you.